In today's video, we are going to teach you how many ways?
Four different ways to catch ballyhoo. We are going to show you a cast net method. We are going to show you a single hook method. We're going to show you a sabiki method, and we're going to show you a hoop net method. So depending on the day and the conditions, one or more or all or none of these methods may or may not work. It's bait. You never know what's going to happen. My name's Amanda.
My name is Emily. Welcome to our channel, Gale Force Twins. Clearly, we're out back in the Florida Keys, in the Gulf of Mexico, fishing some mangrove islands. You can see mangrove islands behind me. You can also catch ballyhoo on the reef. You can catch them in all sorts of places. So if you're ever on the deep reef, on a wreck, or anywhere and you see ballyhoo, what we teach you, all of these techniques that we're going to show you will apply to you. You don't have to be in the back finding them on a mangrove tree. I have a chum bag over. We are on a spot that we actually saw ballyhoos probably about a month ago.
You can and they're down there. They're actually just underneath the water's surface, and it's kind of bumpy today, so it's a little tough to see them, but they're there.
Yeah, you definitely see them.
Oh yeah, there they are.
We got them. You guys see these, right?
All right, so the ballyhoo are there. So this would be a prime example where throwing a cast net on these guys might not work because they're not on the surface. They're far away from the boat. So we're going to show you some ballyhoo catching techniques. Method number one, the first method we are going to show you today on hooking or catching ballyhoo is a sabiki rig. So this right here is the sabiki rig we're using. Can you see that, Emily?
Yes.
We are using the size 4 sabiki rig. That's the saltwater. I think it's the hot hooks one, just so you guys know. And a good thing to remember, where are my scissors? For sabiki. So you can see there's hooks all along the sabiki rig. Now, with ballyhoo, they're big baits and they can get tangled up in sabiki rigs very easily. So the first thing we do is we're gonna actually cut off
Every other one.
every other hook. This way, our ballyhoo is less likely to get in the sabiki rig and at the same time
Get tangled in the
sabiki rig. Right, so we're gonna go every other hook today. That way, we have a clean rig for catching our ballyhoo, and then at the bottom of it, we have our sinker. See that, Emily?
Oh yeah.
All right, so we are going to go ahead and get ready. So always have your de-hooker ready. A little bait de-hooker like this works perfectly good, and we are going to, let's go catch a ballyhoo.
And, oh, she already got the live well open.
I got the live well open. I'm gonna put this here. So Emily, why don't you be on de-hooker duty? I'll catch the bait.
Okay.
Make sure you're shaking the chum bag to get all the ballyhoo up and close to the boat. Now sometimes the ballyhoo will be on the surface of the water and sometimes they're a little bit deeper. Today the ballyhoo are deeper, they're hanging out. So I'm gonna cast my sabiki rig past the ballyhoo. I'm gonna reel it up. And as I'm reeling it, I'm gonna reel it through. There we go. We on? Here we go, we're on.
We're on.
So all I did was reel it through the school of the ballyhoo. Oh, we caught 2. All right, hopefully we're not too twisted up.
I'm on sabiki duty.
Emily's on sabiki duty. De-hooking duty.
So Amanda clearly grabs the sinker,
All right.
holds it nice and tight so I can come over here with the de-hooker and de-hook the ballyhoos. He didn't go into the well. I'll get him in a sec.
There you go. Grab the guy.
All right.
Get him in the well.
Nice job, Amanda.
I know. Let's do that one more time. Ballyhoo can be very fragile baits, so the whole time the goal is not to touch the ballyhoo. That's why I got my sabiki down, I hooked them, I pulled them in. The first thing I do is I grab the sinker like this, okay, and then I hold tight over the live well.
So watch how the rod tip is bending.
See how the rod tip is bent?
She's got pressure on it.
So let's do this over the live well. So I'm over the live well, rod tip is bent.
I come over here.
Emily comes over here, she grabs the
try
de-hooker.
not to touch the bait.
Doesn't touch the bait,
and I de-hook them.
De-hook.
Obviously the one that fell on the deck I had to pick up.
You had to touch. But the idea is not to touch your baits. It'll help them live longer in your well. Let's do this one more time. Cast my sabiki rig past the ballyhoo. I'm not even letting it sink to the bottom, and I'm just gonna reel it up to the school, and these guys are hungry today, so they are actually just grabbing onto the sabiki.
And what's the technique,
There we
Amanda?
go.
You're just
reeling.
reeling.
You can kind of just bounce.
Slow reeling.
Slow reel. But right now the school's right here, so I'm just gonna bounce it a little bit, see if I can get them to hook onto my Sabiki rig. Should be getting one any minute. There we go, we got them on.
Got 'em on?
All I did was like bounce it, okay? Ready, I'm gonna pick this up. 2 of them, got them on. Grab the sinker, over the live well, and now you guys can see why we take off every other hook on the Sabiki rig. These guys are big baits. Emily, why don't we get them in the water?
Oh,
One.
one.
Oh!
Oh boy, back on the deck. In the
There's
well.
2. The next method we are going to cover is the single hook method. So the hooks we are using. Where are the hooks?
I got him.
You got them.
I got him.
We are using size 12 Mustad Carlisle hooks. We will go ahead and put the details in the description box for you so you don't have to memorize this right now. And I have 10 pound 10 pound fluorocarbon leader.
12
with
is
my
fine too if you can't find 10.
teeny tiny hook. And around 2 feet up the leader, I have a cork. Okay, and the cork is going to help my piece of shrimp stay floating and not obviously sink to the bottom. So my bait is a piece of shrimp, literally like the size of a pinky fingernail. So I'm going to take my bait, put it on my teeny tiny hook.
Let's see that, Amanda.
See that?
Perfect.
You got that? Okay, now, as always, get the chum bag going, get the ballyhoo up here. I'm going to go ahead and cast this shrimp into the school, maybe even just past the school so I don't spook them. I'm going to go ahead and reel it through the school, nice and slow, nice and easy. All while trying not to catch any grass in the process, which I might have done, which would mean I need to try this again. I think I caught grass. I did catch grass.
We caught grass. Okay.
All right, it's windy today, so we just got to make sure we don't cast into the grass.
Attempt number 2.
Number 2, I'm actually going to cast a little bit upwind. There we go. This way.
And you guys can see all the ballyhoos right there, right at the boat.
They're actually
We're
looking
gonna
at
keep
it.
shaking the chum so that way.
Just gonna reel this in nice and slow. Oh, got him on.
We got him on.
Got him on. I just reel it in
Got
nice
him
and
on.
slow.
You ready, Amanda?
I'm ready.
All right.
Now this time, there's no lead to hold. So Emily, why don't you grab that de-hooker?
Grab the de-hooker. And I'm
Go
just
ahead and
gonna
de-hook that ballyhoo.
de-hook the ballyhoo in the well.
In the well.
Let's demonstrate this one more time, but Amanda, will you do me a favor?
Yes.
Will you take the float off and put it back on so people can see how we have it on the line?
Yes, great
Because
idea.
I feel like I need to emphasize this. When we first started doing things that were, you know, maybe more outside of our comfort zone or just not your typical knots and hooks and things like that, I would look at it and be like, how do I do that? So,
all right, let me start by taking this float off. So this is one of those floats that's just, there we go. All right,
Okay.
This is our little cork. They make different sizes and styles, but just the tiniest one you can find, the better. And if you pinch either side of it, so look at the top. You got a hook right there, you see that hook?
oh yeah, yeah.
Same thing, you can go down this way.
There we go.
Okay, so all we do, I'll take my line, expose one side of the hook, hook it on, let go. Take the other side, hook it on, and let go. Now obviously I'm still way, way, way too close to the hook, so I can kind of pinch both sides to loosen it and bring it up. And now you can adjust. So today's ballyhoo, they're actually staying kind of deep underneath the surface. So that's why I'm bringing my cork 2 feet away from the hook. But sometimes they might float on the surface. So maybe you'll bring it a little bit closer, a little further, and you can adjust your cork depending on where the ballyhoo are and how they're reacting. Let me get another piece of shrimp. I already cut a shrimp up, but I will go ahead and demonstrate for you. So this is my piece of shrimp. Break the head off. I'll break the tail off. I'm gonna peel it, just like that. Peel it all off. And then we're just gonna cut pinky fingernail sized pieces of bait. You gotta think about how tiny the mouth of the ballyhoo is. Just like that. You can see that, Emily?
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's grab one. I like this one.
Okay.
Take this one.
You ready?
Ready.
Ready. Let's hook it on.
Hook it on. Just like that. Got our bait on there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna cast this upwind so that it lands and floats down
Towards the school.
Towards the school.
Or at least you want to get it through the school.
Want to get through the
very
school.
important.
I'm just gonna nice and slowly reel my cork in, and they will see it, they will chase it, they will grab it, and I'm on.
Run.
Just like that. All I did was reel
Ballyhoo
super,
on.
super slow. Ballyhoo on. Okay, let's time to de-hook. There you go.
In the well.
In the well.
Okay, Amanda, that's two methods.
2 methods. Let's show you
Method number 3.
number 3. Method number 3 is a hoop net. Do yourselves a favor, get a hoop net. Hoop nets work great. They're easier than a cast net, obviously. So this is our hoop net.
Let's look at the anatomy of a hoop net.
The anatomy of a hoop net.
So it's basically like a cast net, but instead of leads, we literally have like a hula hoop.
A hula hoop.
Right?
A hula hoop.
And you can see that we have,
There we go.
there we go. Nice.
See that?
We can see it.
We can see it.
The hoop is going to drift back behind the ballyhoos, and then you're going to pull on the line.
And you're gonna pull
You're
all
gonna
the
catch
ballyhoo
them
in.
the net.
Now the water bottle.
The water bottle.
Okay, so we tied that water bottle on there for days like today. We don't have a lot of current, and we need the net to drift back
Behind
past the school
before it sinks to the
Before it
bottom.
sinks to the bottom. And so what the water bottle does is it keeps the net floating and gets it back behind the school of Ballyhoo. Now, if there is a lot of current, you don't need a net. I mean, a water bottle. And guys, don't worry, it's on there with fishing line. It is perfectly safe. It's not going in the ocean.
It's not going in the ocean.
Permanently. Now there are 2 ways to deploy the hoop net. One is just drop it to the side of the boat, let the current take it back. The other is to frisbee it. Now today we don't have a lot of current, we just have a lot of wind we have to fight. So I'm gonna go ahead and frisbee this. I'm gonna use the wind in my favor to help get the net to land, basically in my chumps lake, but as far back as I can. Ready?
I'm ready.
All right. All right, that was
Nice.
a perfect spot. Spooked the ballyhoo.
And you can clearly see we have a water bottle tied to our hoop net.
We are going to let that sink a little bit. And now we are going to work the chum. The idea is to get the ballyhoo comfortable with the net in front of the net, and then when I go to pull it in, pull in the ballyhoo.
We have some wind against tide today. The wind is wanting to push the net this way, but the current and tide is pushing it that way. So depending on your conditions will depend what the best situation is for you. The ballyhoo might be a little bit of a struggle today because we're having a hard time getting the ballyhoo in front of it when the net is not going the direction that we want it to. Now we're pulling on it, pulling on it, pulling on it through the school. Did we get some ballyhoos?
We got
some ballyhoos!
There we go. All
right.
All right. Now this is
We
pretty easy
only
and
got 2.
straightforward. Dump
Just
them
get
in
'em
the
in the
net.
well.
Dump them in the well.
Oh, we got 3.
We got 3. Come on, guys. There we go.
Nice job, Amanda.
That time on the hoop net. So with today, the wind and current go opposite directions, so it's definitely the kind of day that you need to frisbee the net out. I'm gonna do that one more time, see if we can grab a couple more with the net. I'm gonna use the wind in our favor. Okay,
Looks like you've done this before.
looks like I've done this before. Now I'm gonna take the line. I'm just gonna let the net sink back. At the same time, work the chum, get the ballyhoo to realize the net is harmless. It's not gonna hurt them. Get the ballyhoo to come up in front of that net.
The ballyhoo are in front of the net now.
They're getting comfortable with it.
They're getting comfortable.
I'm gonna give them like another minute though.
When you're ready, Amanda. Wait for your timing, or else there's really no point in having a hoop net if you don't wait timing out. If not, you'll probably just catch 1 or 2, and then you might as well have a sabiki.
You might as well have a sabiki or a single hook. I think my favorite method is sabiki. It is the fastest, but it also can be well, it's not the fastest if you have a cast net or a hoop net that works. So take that back. Depends on the day.
Shaking the chum. Amanda's standing up here to get some height. Watching, waiting for the right moment to pull on the hoop net. Pull, 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 pull. Think you got him?
I might have got some. I got at least 1. I got 2.
We got some.
Got a few. All right.
Yeah, way to go, Amanda.
There we go.
And we got a bunch of grass with them too.
Grass
Hold on.
and bait.
All right. right.
All at the same time.
Into the well. Oh, you got a jellyfish. Be careful.
Ooh. Okay, gotta
I
get
just
the
saw a
jellyfish
jelly.
out of there. All right.
All right, where's the
Where's
jelly?
the jelly?
I need the dip net, Amanda.
It's on your side. There it is.
It's really important, guys, if you ever get jellyfish in your live wells, to get them out because they will hurt the bait. There we go. Let it go.
Method number 4 is the cast net. The cast net. Here we have our cast net. Now on a day like today, I probably would not take the cast net out. It is very windy. We have wind against current. The ballyhoo are shy. They're staying deep underneath the water and they're staying 20 to 30 feet away from the boat. So realistically, getting the cast net out that far, being able to open the net and catch them, if they're staying underneath the water deep, you gotta think about you're opening the net, they're gonna see that net and they will have the time to swim out and get away from it. So this would not be the ideal day to throw a cast net. We're gonna go ahead and throw it for demonstration purposes, but I do not have high expectations on landing them in the cast net. To continue what we've always been doing, constantly shake, shake, shake the chum. And that'll get them as close to the boat as possible to give Emily a fair chance at throwing this net.
Okay, I'm about ready, Amanda.
All right, I'll tell you, okay, let me move out of your way.
All right.
There you go. Nice
we
job
go.
on the throw. Now, I'm not sure we caught any today, but like we said, that would be a bonus. Today is not a net throwing day. You guys saw how far away the ballyhoo
Have been,
and how shy they are today. But
we demonstrated.
we demonstrated. Now, guys, if you do want to learn how to throw a cast net, we will go ahead and link that in the description box. We have 2 videos on cast net throwing, one for a small net and one for a large net. We hope you guys learned something. You can clearly see it is good to have more than one method to catching bait because sometimes the cast net doesn't work. Sometimes the hoop net doesn't work.
Amanda, we got a pinfish.
We got a pinfish. Okay, we caught bait.
Check it out, you guys. I'll get the little pinfish out for you.
Oh, we got a baby.
We got a little baby in the net.
Here's our pinfish.
I'm let him go.
Yeah, we don't need him. So that is why we have 4 methods to catching ballyhoo. We have sabiki, single hook, hoop net, and cast net. If you guys have a 5th method that I don't know about, please tell me. I would love to hear it. Thank you for watching, guys, and make sure you follow Gale Force Twins on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.